Alright, we're live. Everything's looking good so far. How's it going, everybody? This is Rob and Aden. And, whoop, we're doing another stream. We're live. I need to share it on Twitter and Facebook. But yeah, we're all set up. So welcome to everybody who's coming on the stream. You know, welcome. Glad you guys can follow us on Sunday. This video, or at least this stream, it's just me and Aden. MJ's feeling under the weather, so she wasn't able to attend. With this Sunday stream, we had a couple things to talk about, or at least Aden was going to finish his breakdown in the Metroid lore, and then afterwards I had a fun little topic about what's it called?
Done the drama stuff first.
Huh?
I figured we could have done the drama stuff first. It don't matter either way to me.
Oh, you want to do the drama stuff first?
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
All right. Then okay, we'll do the drama stuff first. Get that sucker out of the way. Alrighty. And then I'll get us set up because we got something to talk about. Now, for those who may have heard about this, I guess to kind of set us up, because I did want to talk about the what was his name? Johnny Somali. Because this individual, we've probably made mention of him in previous streams. I have been kind of very vocal about his kind of dirt baggery of him going around and freaking just, I guess, more than just being a public nuisance, being apparently very, very offensive to the community itself.
So, like making racist comments to provoke people, all kinds of stuff.
I mean, even to the point of getting people who I want to say allegedly, but I guess it was made very clear that these people might have been part of the Yakuza. Basically, it was getting to the point where you had people allegedly from the Yakuza, threatening to have him removed by force or other things if he didn't, cease his actions or leave. But
apparently, he's been able to, he's been arrested multiple times over there, and apparently, and has somehow managed to get out of it.
Yeah, but there was an article recently from Dexerto, which I need to make sure to bookmark this for any gaming news or anything. But I mean, we're gonna be looking at Asmongold video for this, but this is the article that comes up first in his video. Kick streamer Johnny Somali arrested in Japan after breaking into construction site. So, we'll look at
Like it's bad enough that he's overly racist to everybody there.
yeah.
He's constantly just making a nuisance out of himself. But
You know, I have
to
to
make it
ask.
even worse, he's doing it all for fucking views on Kick. What the fuck?
Well, I'm gonna be perfectly there. I think this stems from other like a variety of other content creators. I don't think it's just because he's getting views from Kick. This has been a growing issue with certain
Oh no,
content creators.
I'm not trying to say Kick is the problem. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to say Kick is the problem at all. I'm trying to say that he's doing it for views.
he was just doing it for views. Okay, yeah, because
I
I
was just
mean,
bringing up the platform that he streams to.
yeah, I mean, ultimately, I mean, I look at this, and this has been a growing and very disgusting trend with certain content creators, where they think and it's due to the fame that they've garnered or that they've kind of gathered or obtained, that they think that they're untouchable, and they can do whatever they want, and it gets to the point where they're doing things that are just morally morally destructive and disgusting. So, anyways, that's the article. Where I'm gonna switch over to the Asmon Gold video,
And
and
the thing,
which
real quick, if he truly feels this way, why the fuck is he there? I can't help but question that. You know,
yeah,
if he feels this way, why is he there?
I honestly couldn't. Like I said, it's. I mean, I know I use this guy as a punching bag most of the time, but it's like I want to say part of it kind of stems from content creators like Logan Paul and Jake Paul, where they have, I mean, and I'm not saying they're the main cause. I'm saying some of the things that they've done in terms of content creation as well as content have provoked other content creators to behave in the same manner.
Okay.
That's the point I'm trying to get. Where I mean, in an instance, like you have Logan Paul, one of the biggest douchebags in freaking in all of the internet, and at this current time, in a variety of different legal situations, which I will not go into here currently because that would be a whole nother video. But ultimately, his I mean, where he started off was from Vine, then going on to feeding into YouTube, where he would do just some of the dumbest things, which I'm again I would it and it was unfortunate that like the content itself that he produced as well as his brother were promoted to kids, which is it was some of the things that was presented in some of their content is very questionable. But going back to Logan Paul in Japan, Logan Paul went into doing a, I guess, trip in Japan, and throughout the content that he posted for a video or for his Japan trip, he just makes himself look like a fucking nuisance to the people there. To going around throwing plushy Pokeballs at people, running in incoming traffic, to being disrespectful to temples and shrines. And then let's not forget the most infamous situation. And no, I'm never gonna let him live that down. And I don't think anybody else should. Where he and his ilk went and fucking recorded the decomposing body of somebody who basically unalived themselves in one of the forests known for people doing that. And unfortunately, due to that kind of behavior, and also, and for the longest time, there not being any repercussions to his actions, people have kind of been emboldened to thinking, oh, Logan Paul's able to do this content. Maybe I should be allowed to do this content too.
If you're gonna go somewhere, respect the culture.
Yeah.
Learn about it, respect it.
Exactly. I mean, ultimately. But, all right, you got the video up for you. Should be.
Screen. Yeah,
all right.
I'm in your share screen.
All right, switching over to live screen reaction. I just got to the Discord. All right, so this is the the Asmon Gold. Did I say it right that time?
I
don't
recall. Right now, I'm not really working at 100%.
I'm sorry.
I went a little too hard item grinding in for my current Let's Play. So.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, before the stream, like I can understand that considering, like before, because I was telling Aden that I'm replaying, or at least not replaying. No, actually, I can't claim that I'm replaying it because I'm actually continuing where I left off from when I stopped playing Cyberpunk. To an extent, so yeah, I'm basically trying to do some of the stuff that I didn't do before because I got this main story stuff done. I figured, what the hell? Why don't I just focus on, like some of the side stuff? I've been mostly focusing on the gigs, like the little mini jobs. Also leveling up my character. Or basically immensing my money. So far I've been, having a lot of fun with it. Same goes for like games like Baldur's Gate and Starfield. And other games that I'm kind of playing less of, or not kind of doing a main focus on, like Crash Bandicoot. By the way, before going into this, I've noticed, because first time playing Crash 2, there's a huge like that, because that's like the first time you see like the rotating room thing for
yeah, the first time you get an actual hub,
and it might just be me, but it seems not as challenging. I know I'm probably gonna eat my words later, but it doesn't seem as complicated or challenging as the first one. Like they eased up a little bit.
Yeah, except for a few levels. Yeah.
Yeah.
They definitely did.
Because I know I completed Warp a while back.
Some of that is also probably due to the ability to slide.
Okay. Oh, and the body slam thing.
Mm-hmm.
But
The abilities,
yeah.
basically.
But all right, let's get into this. This is a 26-minute video. Let me know if I need to stop or anything.
All right.
Kick streamer Johnny Somali arrested in Japan after breaking into construction site. He fined.
Article come out?
I got the article right here, too. It was published on September. Yeah,
a few days ago.
A few days ago. So. Hey, we're almost current with this one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Finally went too far. This is the guy that we saw before, and basically nobody likes him, and apparently, you know, he's getting he's getting arrested here in Japan now, and this is after, you know, again, months and months of harassing people, just being obnoxious, running around Japan with you know, a speaker that says Hiroshima, Nagasaki over and over and over.
Oh, good lord.
It's actually impressive.
Okay, so I guess, yeah, he was saying shit like that. I didn't want to say it out loud, just in case. But yeah, that's some of the racial shit he was saying.
Yeah.
Racist shit he was saying.
Well, Hiroshima, if I remember correctly, like, I'm going to feel dumb for not remembering, you know, the history in Japan. But Hiroshima and Nagasaki, those were the cities where
that
we bombed
in retaliation for Pearl Harbor. Yeah, that makes it right, but in my opinion. But
here's my question: this guy's from the U.S., right?
I believe so.
I wonder how he would react to, let's say, people from a different country coming into U.S. and just like started, you know, spewing racial shit and just making very like like, you know, making fun of 9/11. Like, how do you think this guy would react to that?
I'm telling.
Because I feel like it would be...
Considering that it seems, according to this, if I'm understanding the article correctly, that he's actually been arrested. Maybe the other times that the police were involved, maybe those cases weren't him getting arrested, but more being removed from the area that he was in, like the subway, what have you.
Okay.
Maybe that's what was going on during that.
And I'm assuming this is all from Japan, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this guy should be removed. His visa should be revoked and be sent back to the U.S. I hate to be the guy to say that, but it's like, if you're that much of if you're making yourself that much of a nuisance, then you shouldn't be there at all.
Yeah.
It is. Like, I really was surprised at how obnoxious it was. Like, this person maliciously went to the country. He planned to just say the most offensive, rude shit possible. He was trying to harass people the entire time. And the truth is that Japanese culture prevailed. The only person who fucking hit this guy, I'm pretty sure, wasn't even Japanese.
That's right, he did get hit.
He wasn't.
Yeah, he did get hit.
Japanese. At least not wholly. Like, I couldn't tell if he was. He didn't look like he was, you know?
Yeah.
So it's kind of funny that after all of this, it didn't even work. He didn't get any responses out of them, and now he's getting arrested. And he might spend time in jail for it. And I think it's fucking deserved. I think it sets an example for everybody else. This is a hostile, malicious person who tries to harass people for content. He constantly invades people's personal space. He is rude, obnoxious. He tries to start shit with
when it comes time for him for his time in jail to be up, I really hope that they deport him, so they don't have to deal with him anymore.
That's what I was saying. I mean, to the extent if you're that much of a nuisance, then your visa should be revoked, or your passport, your visa should be revoked, and you should be sent back to the country you were from.
Yeah.
And before anybody says that's like we're being racist for saying that, no, we're only making an observation on somebody being, again, a fucking nuisance and being an actual problem.
Yeah.
Because I know I bet you there would be that one person that does that tries to pull that shit.
There's always someone like that, but honestly, even with anonymity, it's still few and far between, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But this kind of shit should not be allowed.
It shouldn't. But like I said, I mean,
he's very lucky that, from my understanding, a majority of the population are very pacifist.
Yeah, they're very
approach.
reserved. I mean, they're very reserved and very respectful. I lived in Japan for a year and a half.
They don't like to
stir
up trouble.
Yeah,
They're not very confrontational.
Yeah, like I said, I lived in Japan for a year and a half, and the people that I interacted with were very kind and very, very respectful, and it always hurt me when I saw people like other Americans that were, just being complete freaking dirtbags, in the Japanese space, or just in the country itself. I remember this one situation where I was at a office building, and you have this one lady, big lady, and there are all these Japanese workers, and she's just like berating them for no freaking reason. And I'm sitting there, and I'm just like, lady, you were given this golden opportunity to be in another country, and you're just gonna be disrespectful to these people? Like, seriously? Like that, it's like, it doesn't make any sense, and it hurts me when people get away with that. It does.
Yeah.
To see that, because these people, I mean, in all fairness, in all honesty, I mean, some of these countries, I mean, they have their borders open for people to come in and visit. And and ultimately all that's asked is, respect. And it just kills me when you have certain individuals that like the punching bag that I use for a variety of my arguments, go in and just act like complete and utter nuisances.
One thing's for sure, people like Johnny Somali here, he definitely he would be a very strong case towards Japan becoming isolationist again.
Yeah. I remember watching content or a video from Gaijin Goomba, and I think I've talked about this before, and I'm just gonna bring it up again because in regards
to the forest incident.
Well, it's not just in regards to the forest incident, but also like in situations like this involving Japan, where you have like individuals like Johnny Somali being a complete nuisance and being disrespectful.
Combined with the epidemic, the pandemic.
Yeah.
That is COVID.
Yeah. But
he was reluctant to go back because of those things. He wasn't sure if if things would be the same.
Who? Gaijin?
Yeah.
But
according to one of his videos.
Yeah, I remember when the Logan Paul thing happened. He mentioned how, situations like this where you have a guy who goes into another country and acts like a public nuisance. I don't know why I'm flubbing that word. It discourages. It kind of we're trying to build a bridge between East and West, America and Japan. After all the shit that we did to each other, you have people like Logan Paul or Johnny Somali that basically tear that bridge apart due to their stupidity. I mean, Gaijin mentioned the fact that he was teaching, and to an extent, like trying to teach people English, and in terms of how reserved the Japanese people are, them becoming more and more reserved due to utter disrespect out of actions caused by some of the more stupid side of the U.S. Again, it kills me to see that.
Yeah.
In terms of history, yeah, during World War was it World War One? Yeah, World War One. Like what they did with Pearl Harbor was terrible.
That was 2.
Oh, that was 2. What
Yes.
was 1? Fuck.
That was what.
I'm mixing them
America
too.
to actually join the war.
Okay, yeah, but what they did in Pearl Harbor was terrible. What we did to them in retaliation was worse. Because we basically used a newly developed weapon on them, and it really showed how devastating the power that was that could uphold. But bottom line, it's just don't be a fucking dirtbag. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah.
We've been talking and we only got like a minute and 37 seconds.
Yeah.
Everybody that he goes around, watch Ludwig video on this. It's good.
At the end of every year, I like to make predictions on what I think will happen in the following year. Simple stuff, like who's going to win the Super Bowl, which game's going to win Game of the Year, and will I finally hit Diamond in Valorant? Most of the time, I'm wrong.
What?
I just wasn't I know he's known for reaction content as far as this particular channel go.
Yeah.
That we're watching the video from. Because he also does gaming content on a separate one, if memory serves. But
I'm not gonna lie, like looking at this guy's like the video that Azamon is looking at. Look in the background. It looks like there's a shadow figure in the back corner of the room. You see it?
You might need to turn up your brightness because I can see it clearly.
Well, okay. If you can see my my mouse, it's like right here.
Yeah. I can see it clearly.
Makes me think that the boogeyman is just standing there.
However, I found in one specific instance, I wasn't actually wrong. I was just early to the party. You see, in late 2021, I predicted that IRL streaming was going to blow up. End of COVID lockdown. People are trapped.
Of course, right? Yeah, because people haven't been able to.
And that's another thing, yeah, because it's because a lot of people were doing the IRL streaming too.
I mean, even before the pandemic struck.
Which, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I mean, I haven't had a chance to watch any of it. But, I mean, it sounds cool to do that. To go live stream, basically stream, like, your travels and shit like that. It sounds cool.
That's basically what Sage was doing.
Yeah. But, to the point, like, I mean, to the point of, like, what, you know, the Johnny Somali's doing, there's more to that. It's not just an IRL stream.
Yeah.
Get around. And yeah, for sure. He was right about this.
Traveling, filming it, other people are watching it. Turns out that people wanted to live it themselves, though. In fact, not only did IRL streaming fall off, all of live streaming fell off after 2021, where it peaked in April and May. But
the reason why IRL streaming fell off is because the people that were IRL streamers got really popular, and everybody that gets really popular streaming always has people that try to insert themselves into the stream in order to make it about themselves. So, like, for example, like, I went to Wendy's one time on a stream, and I showed the store number, and then people started calling the store. And so that's really why I don't do IRL anymore.
Yeah, because it started becoming dangerous for a lot of people.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I remember this one case where, I do remember this. There was a streamer that was, like, I think he was going through a park or something. And, somebody had, swatted him in the park. Like, giving his description and, to a degree, having, the police set over there. Which could have been dangerous for not just the streamer, but anybody else that was at the park.
Yeah.
It's because everywhere that I go, there are always people that are looking to take your stream and co-opt it for them to make their shitty joke. The barber, yeah, I went to a barber one time to get my hair cut with my ex-girlfriend, and this fucking this place, obviously, like, you know, they put like that thing around you so it doesn't get hair on your clothes, and it had the logo of the barber shop, and like people were calling nonstop people were calling, and we only had like fucking 10,000 views, right? So like, imagine if I had done that on my main channel, bro. Like, it would have been crazy. People would have been calling stuff to the place. Like, we just got lucky. It wasn't worse.
Yeah.
So that's really the reason
Very
why
lucky.
IRL streaming, I think, fell off. It's because streamers, like, if you look at it from like a streamer's perspective, why would a live streamer want to do an IRL stream where they open themselves up to all of these different levels of like liability and toxicity, whenever they could just instead sit in their house and stream a video game and there wouldn't be a problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel that.
I mean, it's almost like that, you know, as being in a public setting is cool, but realizing that, you know, there are certain people in a public setting that suck.
Yeah, it's not just that, but there's also like rules that you need to make sure you follow if you're going to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna be potentially breaking laws.
I mean,
or causing problems for others.
It kind of that whole situation kind of reminded me of I don't like using this as an example, but I'm going to. Fallout 76, where it was like hyped up that, oh, it's gonna be there, it's gonna be all online. The only characters that you interact with are the other players around you. It's like that sounds cool on paper, but you got to realize that sometimes other players are shitty.
Yeah.
And in a game where you're going around place to place gathering materials and inevitably building up a camp, and you have some dirtbag coming in and fucking around with your shit continuously, it's like, yeah. Is that fun? Is that really fun? And the worst part is that if you're in a public game, they are capable of doing that, because to an extent that doesn't count towards player PvP. If you were to attack the other player, then they go into a PvP mode with you.
Oh, okay. I never understood how the PvP worked in that, because I myself never played.
Well, that's why I mean recently, because I got back into playing it. That's why I basically took part in the membership, so I could do a private freaking thing. Because honestly, no offense to Bethesda, but having it be an online game, a multiplayer game, was fucking stupid. And it's better as a single player game, as it has always been, and should be.
And that's just how it goes. And that's also, yeah, I mean, that's not even including people that are like stalkers and like actual bad behavior. But I'm just saying, like, it's just even the annoying stuff.
Yeah.
23 has been a huge resurgence for live streaming. And I'm sure you're aware of this if you think to some clips you might have seen over the past 6 or so months. And one of the biggest examples of this is FoozyTube, who live streamed every second of his life.
Oh, good lord.
Including traveling around, going...
2023 has been a...
They're bringing up FoozyTube.
Yeah.
And it's weird that I have a feeling it's going to be like a showcase of different content creators, because, I mean, let's face it, Asmon Gold's video is basically the streamer who effed around and found out. So, oh lord. I haven't seen anything in Drama Alert for months, by the way. Because I have the Drama Alert logo on that.
Yeah.
A resurgence for live streaming because they've been able to live stream content that was banned on Twitch. The truth is that there's always a new crop of 14-year-olds that love watching somebody like FoozyTube get arrested every single night and act like a complete schizo on a daily basis. People love this, and that's why they like Ice Poseidon. That's why they like things that like I used to do back in the day that weren't really as bad. That's why they like Mitch Jones. Like, that's just what people like to watch. They like Aden Ross. They like Kai. Like, they like seeing crazy, edgy content.
That's the unfortunate fact.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's typical of teenage mentality. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah,
well,
I was cringy as fuck as a teenager.
I don't think it's just teenager.
I'm
I think
cringy
it's like,
somewhat to this day.
I don't think it's just teenager. I think it's just like kids too. Kids see that and like, oh wow, they're not following the rules, or they're doing whatever they want. I want to do that. Like, not realizing that their actions will have consequences.
Yeah.
And there's such a massive audience for it that whenever Twitch banned it, it's not like the 14-year-olds went away. There's a new crop of them every year. And so guess what? As soon as Kick and Rumble pop off, and these are platforms where people can just act like animals and get viewers, well, guess what? A lot of people like going to a zoo. So, yeah, obviously everybody's going to want to see this. It's astonishing to me that, like, some people on Twitch were so fucking naive and stupid to predict that this wouldn't happen. Of course it would happen. Do you know why people like watching something like FoozyTube? Because you don't know what's going to happen.
Nuts.
Like, for example, whenever you watch some brand safe streamer play Valorant with their friends, you know exactly what's going to happen.
At this point, that's the sad fact about FoozyTube. I wouldn't be surprised if he was talented in some way, but you're not watching him because he's talented at a certain talent or a certain thing. You're watching him now because he's fucking nuts.
I had something I was gonna say, but I can't recall what it was. Fuck.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Oh, it's not. It's not your fault. Oh yeah. Now I remember.
You remember?
Yeah. Some people just want to see the world burn.
Exactly. That is exactly it.
Boring. Who the fuck would tune into that? Like, what are you gonna watch this on a daily basis? Fuck no. You want to watch something interesting. And so you're gonna watch somebody like this. And the viewership reflects what I say. It does. And it's a fucking fact. And you can get mad at me all you want. You can say, oh, it shouldn't be like this. Yeah, bitch, but it is.
Yeah.
And the numbers prove it.
That's the
why
unfortunate
you see every
fact.
single streamer that's been growing this year has been doing shit that would get you in trouble on Twitch. The only person that's still on Twitch really is Kai. And the only reason Kai is on Twitch is because everybody else is banned. Aden Ross is banned. Bruce has been banned like 7 times. He went over to Kick. Your Rage is actually pretty chill. Like, he doesn't really do a lot of this shit, right? But like, he's tangential. But even him, he's on Twitch. He's on Kick. Speed is on YouTube and Rumble. And then Kai also is on Rumble. Kai's got a big Rumble deal. Like, I feel like a lot of these guys are
Not gonna lie,
leaving Twitch. That's why a lot.
those names went over my head.
Well, like Aden Ross?
And Ross, all the ones that he mentioned.
The name sounds familiar. Aden Ross. First thing that pops up is a game rant. Aden Ross and Kim Jong-un live stream explained. Game rant. Aden Ross has become one of the most prolific Kick streamers to find his way to the spotlight on the platform due to a myriad of reasons. Myriad, sorry.
All good.
Alright.
And Fuzi wasn't doing this on Twitch either. Jadeon's not on Twitch either. He's on Rumble. Destiny, yeah, there you go. Ice is on Kick now. And you know why? It's because that Kick allows them and Rumble allows them to make the content that people want to see. Whereas Twitch allows people to make the content that advertisers want to see. And that's just how it is.
To airports and other clips I'm sure you've seen. He even was IRL streaming while getting arrested from a cop trying to stream through their body cam.
Isn't that so good? That's so good, bro. Like, that's so good. Bro, those are content. That is a content goblin.
I got a big penis. It could hurt you a lot.
Do you just threaten to penetrate the cop?
I didn't catch what he said.
He said I got a big penis. It'll hurt you a lot.
What the fuck?
That's what he just said. I'll replay it.
No, you don't need to. You don't need to. Please don't.
That's why I asked, did you just threaten to penetrate the freaking cop? Dude! This guy...
Oh, absolutely. Fuck.
FuzzyTube is so fucking unhinged,
I knew
man.
it was from that last... I think it was the last drama one we did.
Dude! We didn't even see this.
I knew he was unstable, but damn.
We didn't see this clip. Holy shit!
Uh,
Oh my gosh. That is so fucked up.
I'm... You know what? Let's just move on.
Yeah, well, hold on. I just...
Oh no.
Dude, this is... I just... what are your... Dude, what are your thoughts right now? Come on. Tell me.
I don't have any. Just flabbergasted. I'm just like, that happened. Okay.
It's just like, holy shit.
I can't process it.
Can't-
I don't want to process it.
You can't, and you can't and refuse to process it. Okay. Oh, that's... Oh, man. That's... No. No.
Yeah.
Anyway. Let's move on. Oh, boy.
Jesus, I'm gay.
He just said I'm gay? Isn't he Muslim?
I'm not sure.
Hasn't he? I'm pretty sure he mentioned he was Muslim, because if he's all of a sudden saying like, "Oh, I'm gay," like, dude,
You're basically asking to get freaking stoned next time you visit.
well, either that or taken
is it,
to a top of a building and thrown off,
Yeah.
because, well, that I mean, last time we talked about this, I kind of questioned. I respectfully questioned whether he was like a true Muslim, because, for one, I mean, you could look at his arm. Last time I checked, they don't allow you to have tattoos.
There's that.
And I'm sure a lot of the...
Honestly, I get the feeling, at least in this case right here, he's just saying shit so he can get away with doing things he shouldn't be doing.
I mean...
Or saying things he shouldn't be saying.
I'm going to say allegedly, with something I'm about to say. I think that allegedly he's not actually Muslim, and that allegedly he's only pretending to be Muslim to get away with shit.
I mean, that's kind of what I was implying with what I was saying.
I mean, and ultimately, it just makes him look bad when some of the things he does contradicts what the Muslim belief would follow. Because in terms of like certain sects in the or certain I'm trying to think of the better word for that, certain aspects of the Muslim belief, they're very strict on their doctrine, like very strict. But that's like, I mean, that goes the same for like either the Jewish belief or the Christian belief, depending on which group you're part of. But it's like some of the things he would doing, it seems like he's doing would go against those beliefs. But anyway, Fousey 2 being an idiot once again.
9 inches. Is that on body cam? I'll fuck you so
Wow.
much. I love you.
Dude! He seriously needs to... You know what?
How is he... I'm curious. How did he not get slapped with charges for saying that kind of shit to a cop?
I mean, for all we know, he probably did.
That's a good point. Just because it wasn't stated publicly, or if it was stated publicly, you know, I don't know. I never looked into Fousey even after the last
Yeah, I mean, dude,
time we talked about him.
this guy, I've said it before and I'll say it again. This guy needs to drop off the face of the planet freaking every single phone, every single electronic, anything involving the internet, emails, freaking social media, everything needs to be deleted, and he needs to go somewhere where there is no internet whatsoever. No social media, no influence, nothing. Because this guy is incapable of being part of a public domain. He can't. He can't function right with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Crazy. And there is...
It's crazy, but it's funny.
Oh. Aden will be right back. Okay. While we're waiting for Aden, I'm gonna quickly check some stuff. So far, I've had a couple people check in. Which, those that are watching, hello, how's it going? Alright.
I'm back.
Alright, welcome back. Okay.
I've had to use the restroom.
I get it.
And if you're 14, you like watching this. Not every 14-year-old, but a lot of them. That's just what it is. There's a lot of them, they like watching it.
A specific term that I like to use for these types of IRL streamers that are having a huge 2023. And it's in anything
It's not funny. I know. Everybody that says it's not funny, you want to know what the average age of my viewers are? It's like 28. Of course it's not funny to you. What, do you watch the Teletubbies? You think that's fun to watch too? You know why you don't like watching the Teletubbies or Dora the Explorer?
Because they're terrifying?
It's because you're not the target audience. You ever think that whenever you see something and you're like, I don't like this, but other people do, maybe you're just not the target audience for it.
Or they're just terrifying.
I mean, you're just giving an example.
I'm correcting. I'm making a joke.
Oh, that went over my head. I'm sorry.
I mean, heck, it caused Aaron to go into a mental break when him and Dan were playing the Teletubby game.
There's a video game.
There's a fucking video game.
What?
Dude, I gotta show you the animated clip where he's like, "This fucking Big Brother," like it's like as he's like muttering to himself. Dan's like, "I'll try to have fun with the game," and he's like doing this whole thing. He's like, "Well, I'm gonna grab the rope. I'm gonna find. Oh, this gurney seems pretty stable." And it's just like all setting up to the point where he unalives himself. Yeah. With Dan kind of playing along and like in this whole skit, realizing, oh wait, Aaron just and I like his reaction where he's like, next time on Game Grumps.
Fuck.
Yeah. Like played out like, oh my god, Aaron's actually gone.
Ugh.
All right.
Think about
like
it.
It's a Yuri special to get a visceral reaction,
Right?
huh?
It is
Oh,
a lot
fuck.
different than IRL streaming as it was for a few years before COVID. That sort of IRL streaming behavior of really doing anything kind of died with.
Oh god, we all have to play that game together too.
Yeah.
And I got the plus version, so we'll be able to listen or read the or look at the other things. So that'd be fun.
Ice Poseidon when
It
he
did.
got banned off of Twitch.
What was that, Ian?
I didn't say anything.
Oh, that was the video. Sorry.
It was basically platforms saying, hey, this is too edgy, this is too crazy, you cannot do anything for views out in public, it causes real harm to those around you, and you need to cut it out.
Right,
But
but the fun thing
Those
is
are good
to do things
guidelines.
for views in
Yeah.
public that could cause harm to people around you because it's more interesting. It's more interesting
Those
for
were
the
good
audience.
guidelines.
That's why Jackass and Punk'd were really popular. It's just the truth.
Yeah, but with Jackass and Punk'd, I mean, normally that'd be like in a controlled scenario. Am I wrong on that?
Kind of. As far as Punk'd goes, it was an extreme version of Candid Camera in a way, and I don't know how. I still
don't know
to
what
this
that
day
is.
don't know how I feel about it. He's a good. Ashton Kutcher's a good actor. Don't get me wrong. I just never cared for his role. Majority of the roles he's done, and Punk'd, the premise of Punk'd and some of the stuff that happened in the show that I saw, it didn't help my opinion of it, you know?
Yeah.
And so as soon as you have another platform that allows people to do that, well, then everybody goes over there and watch it. Look at World Star. Yep. And also the reason why it happened back then is because Twitch was the only kid on the block. Nobody else was making content. Nobody else was like making live streams. Like Rumble was around, but not really. Kick didn't even exist. So people are still getting it twisted on Twitch. So like, what was the point of Kick being around then? So now that there's more players in the game, you see live streaming evolving a lot faster.
True.
Mm-hmm. And that's to be expected.
And then
Oh, did you watch the movie?
which movie again? Which movie
Dude,
again?
where's my car?
Oh, dude, where's my? Oh yeah, no, I haven't not watched that movie yet.
You said, and then.
No, that was MJ that said it. I said it
but
in
I
response
thought
to.
that's what you just said a moment ago.
I did say it. You know, I did say it, but I was reading the text.
Where?
In the top chat.
Oh, for the stream?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
yeah. MJ posted a super chat.
Nice. Thank you, MJ.
Thank you, MJ.
Had a big resurgence with Kick.com.
It has.
There's a lot of people who are using Kick, which has more lax
There's
rules,
also Rumble too. It's not just Kick, but yeah.
to
Yeah.
bring back that
Yeah.
anything for views mentality and harass people. And there's one
Absolutely.
person in specific that I want to talk about today, Johnny Somali. You might have seen this clip
Okay.
before of Johnny in this
Yeah.
trains to Japan harassing people by saying stuff like this.
Fucking hell, man.
You know Hiroshima, Nagasaki. You know why you do this? Pearl Harbor.
Basically going up to anybody he can see
Seriously?
in Japan and say,
Dude. Did you just say, like, why you do this?
Yes. He did.
Like, why'd you do Pearl Harbor? Like, dude. Oh my gosh. This guy is a jackass. In the highest fucking order. I want to claim that he's as bad as the dipshit that was swatting people that end up getting arrested because he swatted the wrong house. For how obnoxious he is. But, dude, what happened with Pearl Harbor is, again, fucking terrible. But you can't go around, like, current day and, claiming, oh, like, why'd you do it? It's like, dude, you can't go, like, start playing the guilt by association bullshit with people that weren't even fucking alive when that happened.
Even those that were.
Yeah.
You can't do that these days. You shouldn't do this.
Yeah.
These days is what I mean.
They paid for it, just like they paid for it ultimately, and to an extent, people have tried to move on from it.
Yeah. They've learned from it. We've learned from it.
And here's
Hopefully.
like, I'm kind of I ultimately feel like when I saw these clips, like, I ultimately thought that this guy was just here, like, he wanted to, he obviously wanted to get views, and he was going to do everything within his power to fucking do it, and to fucking get it. Being as offensive as it can. But I go back to my previous question earlier. Because let's say this guy is back in the U.S. and they have people visiting, and they just start pointing and laughing and just going like, oh, 9/11, oh, 9/11. Like, how do you think this guy would react? Would he be kind of offended that people are making fun of the people that died in 9/11?
I don't know.
It's just, I mean, I personally think that in terms of this shit, I wouldn't be surprised if he ended up being a fucking hypocrite. With how he's acting. And then somebody doing the exact same thing to him.
Yeah, the entitlement is strong with that one, that's for sure. Even and I'm meaning that outside of the wow, I'm drawing a blank on the term.
Well, you said entitlement.
Outside, yeah, but outside of that thought process,
Yeah.
say, hey, why?
It's just so fucking obnoxious, right? And so this guy does this, and like literally nobody likes him. And this happened, like, I'm talking about, like, this is 3. And look, by the way, look at the little picture
it
there.
reminds me of KFC.
While. It's been a real while that this guy has been cruising for a bruising.
Why did you do Pearl Harbor? And then bringing up the 2 sites where atomic bombs were exploded, Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And he does this nonstop.
Hiroshima. Move away, nigga.
This-
Nigga, wallahi, we do it again. Wallahi, I swear to God. Wallahi, billahi, wa tallahi.
And that's basically it. That clip blew up, and it gave
This
him
this
a
behavior
lot of
is so
negative
disgusting,
attention
man.
from people, not only in the States, but also in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody
What was
likes
Johnny's
That's
reaction
putting
to
it-
this?
That's putting it lightly too.
It's free promo. It's free promo.
He was pumped. Oh, it got so many views. Free promo. This is
Absolutely.
great for me, which is why I never really talked about it. But finally, justice has been served to Johnny because
Yep.
he got arrested.
Because
by
people like this, there's always a, this is the problem with content like that, is that nobody who was doing stuff like this 5 years ago is still doing stuff like this. And if they are, it's so much drastically different than what they were originally doing that it's completely, it's really not the same.
I think I kind of disagree. I mean, if anything, it's if they were doing content like this before, then you have people like, you know, following the same kind of formula. They inevitably try to bump up how drastic they are acting, and it just gets worse and worse. Unless if that's what he's saying, then I agree. What do you think, Aden?
Yeah, it can escalate pretty quickly if it's not if such problems aren't dealt with properly. Nice cat in the box.
Yeah.
Hopefully the
Like what Ice
frickin'
Poseidon
chat doesn't refresh and all that stuff
Yeah.
on my end.
does nowadays is nothing like he used to do, right? And it's the same with any other streamer. It's short-lived content that, like, it burns fast, it burns hard, and then it burns out.
Japanese police. But to talk about that, first I must show you the justice that some people in Japan were taking in their own hands. You see, after that clip happened, Johnny kept doing that sort of stuff. He kept walking up in live streams saying, you know, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, trying to get a rile out of those around him. And he stopped doing it because he had a couple instances where it didn't go very well. Here's the first one.
Bread first. Drop the bread first. This ain't safe, man. Shut the fuck up.
No, Lord.
Hey, all my
If
real
that ain't
niggas, drop
safe.
in Discord right now. Hop in Discord. Oh, whoa, what the fuck?
Perhaps he should have heeded the warning from James Lead about that one. It wasn't very safe. It wasn't very safe.
Yep.
He got jumped in Japan and
Yeah.
laid
This
out on
ain't
the
safe,
streets and
man.
I don't. I'm just gonna say this. That was deserved.
Yeah, I
I've-
can't argue against it.
I don't wish violence on people, but it's like the phrase, it's like the saying, play stupid games, win stupid prizes. Well, he kept playing stupid games, and he won a stupid prize, which is him getting knocked the fuck out. Or knocked down, either way. Still, he was knocked down in some way.
all his equipment destroyed. And then it happened again, like about 10 days ago.
This is the moment I think I remember seeing.
All you have to say
Don't
is
grab nothing.
That's the one.
Oh,
Boom, right there. He gets a double kill.
Oh,
That one, yeah, that one. From what I understand of Hero Hayes' video on that moment, go figure.
Oh, like that was like direct.
It wasn't just Johnny Somali who got punched there.
Game over. I love it. Oh, damn. I love it. But, freaking A, man. I mean, like, looking, because they show you 2 point of views of that whole thing. The dude, just winds up, hits the camera, and that's the last you see of him.
Yeah.
Where he got knocked the fuck out by some person.
Well, he didn't knock Johnny Somali out. He just knocked the camera out of his hand. Right? And it's like, also, again, it's like he's going up to random ass people. Like, I'm not really a big fan of like vigilante justice.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna ever like. Everybody is like happy
unless
whenever
it's
this
Batman.
shit happens. But like, you can't live in a society where people act like this all the time. Every time they get pissed off, right?
No, yeah.
Like, this would just be, yeah. We can't have Batmans everywhere. But like, the truth is that it was funny whenever this happened, and I was glad.
I was gonna make a joke saying, "Yeah, you can't have Batmans everywhere because there's only one Batman."
I just think that the police should have got rid of this dude way earlier. Can't you see him way down as the camera falls? I don't think so. Like, I thought just the camera
He was
fell.
harassing in the streets
I thought
of
the
Japan.
dude just knocked the
Listen
camera
to
out
the
of his
noise
hand.
he makes as he swings and not only knocks out the camera, but knocks out Johnny in a clean hit.
Oh, he does hit him.
That's a crazy noise.
Gotcha, bitch.
And ever since then, it seems
Oh, that fucking noise. He's like, "Gotcha, bitch." Oh, that's great.
as though Johnny
Gotcha,
is
bitch.
less excited about people spreading around his clips. He's somewhat nervous about it getting very popular in Japan and then basically getting hurt or worse. And has been DMCA taken.
Hey, if he was that worried about, getting hurt, then he should probably change the way he acts.
Yeah.
That's like the lesson that none of these people fucking understand. Until it's too late. And they get their shit fucking terminated.
Oh, snap.
Takedown.
What?
Pause it real quick. That bottom tweet. A relevant video of what Johnny Somali's been doing in Bali, Indonesia. Was originally shared by Japanese netizens, but Johnny has issued DMCA takedowns for accounts that shared it. So
Alright.
it's not just the stuff he's been doing in Japan that he's DMCA doing DMCA takedowns on. It's anywhere he's been. Wow.
Oh. So, under fair use laws, video of Johnny Somali at whatever tells people he's going to spread HIV in Bali. Did you know Twitter provides full name, address, and phone number? If the person who DMCA strikes false DMCA strike, and I'll contact my lawyers.
Damn.
That's crazy.
For anyone not watching the stream, seeing what we're seeing, he was reading aloud tweet that was brought up in the tweet that I had read.
Yeah. Alright.
Just
Giving
Fucking
DMCA
hell, man.
takedown notices to almost all the videos and clips about like the train incident or any of the other incidents where
Yep.
he's harassing people. He's going crazy on the copyright takedowns. It's very hard to now find those clips. There was a weird.
Because I think to an extent that would probably be some fuel for the fire of his channel being removed.
yeah.
Justice that was trying to be found by live streamers, YouTubers, vigilantes, and even Yakuza members in Japan. Basically,
dang.
3 different people all tried to confront Johnny to try to get him to apologize.
Yeah, it wasn't a
Well,
legend.
The reality is, they brought in Rengoku. Holy shit, yeah,
Rengoku.
bro, he's done. So, like, look, I think that really, it's an instance where, obviously, this dude should not even be in the country. He went to the country explicitly to harass people.
Exactly.
The Japanese authorities should have deported him so fast.
Yep.
And from Johnny's POV, again, it's anything for views. So if a Japanese YouTuber or live streamer is going to go up and say, hey, say go Menasai into the camera and mean it, he will say it if he can get away with it and then go back to doing the same shit the next day. Here's his apology with a vigilante YouTuber guts. Where he's supposed to repeat everything he says. It's embarrassing. This is not an apology. This is a fucking clown show right here.
You notice he's like
kind of-
smiling
even
too,
the-
right?
Mm-hmm.
While he was doing that, I think he was doing that on purpose,
Purposefully flubbing the
flubbing it.
wording? Oh, I could probably see that. Considering some of his previous clips, it sounded like he actually could speak Japanese
Yeah,
somewhat well.
in a decent way. He's just fucking with them.
Mm-hmm.
Former Yakuza member who unsuccessfully ran for political office, who tried to get him to bow and apologize for his mistakes.
This is for CX, this is for Paul Nino, Vice President in Japan.
But listen to him. This is for Paul Donino in Japan. Like he's making a mockery of it. I don't know why anyone's even attempting to get him to pay his respects or make apologies for it.
Yep.
Because what did he do directly after all of those apologies? He went to Tokyo Disneyland, where you're not allowed to IRL stream, with a little microphone or a little speaker that anybody could play any sound off of. And of course, what are the people who are watching him going to play? Yeah.
What was that?
The fuck? I didn't catch it.
I didn't catch it either.
I didn't catch what was said.
No, it was
I
music,
don't think I want to.
but he played. I'm assuming it was music that they weren't gonna like.
Who could have ever guessed that? Wow. What a fucking surprise.
Oh, okay. Apparently it's something from one of the
Comic
Command
Con.
and Conquer
He doesn't
games.
give a shit, bro.
The what?
Apparently it's from one of the Command and Conquer games when a nuke has been launched.
Are you fucking kidding me?
If I was understanding Asmon's stream chat correctly.
Yeah. MG just put atomic bomb.
Okay.
Okay. No, fuck this guy.
Bro, he doesn't care. It is anything for views. And I normally
Exactly.
wouldn't talk about this because I don't want to give more attention to him. However,
Yeah.
it all ends today because Johnny has been arrested
That's
by
right.
Japanese police. Here he is getting confronted. This happened just today, like 12 hours ago.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're reading out what happened, calling him a suspect, showing him some of the evidence, and then they arrest him. They turn off his equipment, and as he walks away, he yells like "Free Johnny" or something, and there it is.
Of course he
He's
does.
now detained by Japanese police, and if you don't know how it works when you're detained by Japanese police, it isn't good. They can detain you for up to 30 days without even charging you. They just keep you in there.
That's what you get.
Oh,
That is what you get.
There,
It might be
and
working with the
oftentimes that
embassy
is
to
their
get him
deterrent
out of
for
there.
crime.
maybe. Like he's revoked
Or
from.
talking in talks with the embassy,
Probably.
I should say. They could very well be the case. I don't
The
know.
embassy basically, or I mean, with talking with the embassy, they revoke his access to returning to Japan.
Even if they don't have an ability to charge, is just to throw you in their jails for a while
Yep.
and then deport
Yep.
you and never allow you to re-enter the country.
That's
which
smart.
would definitely be a good thing for the people of Japan for what he is doing.
Yep.
What was the final thing that the police arrested him for?
He
Was
needs
it
to
for
be
walking
put on a
around and harassing
no-fly
people?
list.
No, I don't know if that's technically.
I agree on that. I mean, this guy is.
So that he can't go to other countries and do this shit anymore.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I mean, someone like that can't handle. All right, take care, MJ.
Take care.
But yeah, I mean, someone like him, does not is not capable of basically composing themselves in a proper way when visiting another country, and should not be allowed to be in another country.
A crime, but it was actually for this clip right here.
Tell them what's up.
What do you do?
Cross.
That is highly
into a
illegal, even
construction
out
Yeah.
zone,
in
which is
most
super
places.
illegal 'cause
In
it can be
most
incredibly
You know-
dangerous.
And I gotta ask, like, what I'm kind of wondering what the workers, like, what their response would be to see some douchebag, some dirtbag, you know, going over there illegally wearing some skeleton mask.
Right.
Like, how are they gonna react to that? Like, how would you react to
I'd be
that?
like, oh shit! What if he's got something on him?
Well, he's got a gun. What if
outta
he's
here.
got some kind of weapon that's gonna harm us? He's lucky. He's lucky that, you know, with how peaceful they are, somebody didn't just take like a fucking pipe and beat him over the head with it.
Know that like the police were probably so happy he did this
Probably.
because like you know for a fact
Probably
they knew
because-
about this dude, right?
He's
And they
been
were
at
like,
least
"Fucking
removed from the
finally."
subway.
All right,
One of
let's
the subways.
go get him. Finally, all right, let's go get this piece of shit.
And get rid of him.
Finally have a reason to put him in jail, and nobody's gonna say anything.
To those who are working there.
I'm gonna make it
Going
bigger.
into the warehouse.
There we go.
Nah, this is wild.
The
I'm
commentary is
just a
funny.
cameraman right here. I'm just
This
a
is-
cameraman. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now.
He's just the
I am
cameraman.
sorry. Oh, he's going in the warehouse.
That's a good
dog?
disclaimer. I'm sure
He's
the
going to warehouse.
Japanese police will
You're
take
also going
that
in
into
with
What did I
consideration.
get myself into?
A mistake. You got yourself into a big mistake.
Oh, he's mad. He's mad.
This guy's a fuck. He's like saying, I've come to work. I'm come to work. Dude, fuck.
If you came to work, take the mask off. Go through the proper procedures.
I feel like Ben Stiller from Mystery Men. Rage building.
I still don't know if I ever want to watch that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right. You've never watched that movie. It's stupid, but it's fun.
Okay. I've been told the same thing about a few other movies. I don't see myself watching. Zoolander being one of them.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that's a movie I've refused to watch. It's
Brothers or whatever the heck it was called.
with Will Ferrell and
Yeah.
whatever's. Don't watch it. It's crap. Like, I can't watch a lot of comedy because of it's not even like some of the jokes for the for some certain comedy movies are not that great at all. Anyway,
He's mad, bro. He's getting activated, dog.
And that's the clip.
I love how like the construction workers immediately like, you know, he's all right going up to somebody who's like, you know, it's like just the nighttime and they're there with their girlfriend. They're just trying to relax. But like he comes to the construction site, dude, they're not going to take this shit for a second.
yeah, no, because this dude is.
They can get in trouble for either allowing him or for not even, you know,
Removing him.
for not removing him, for not, you know, for taking time, depending on the company. I mean, hell, it's the same in America.
Yeah.
Taking the time out of your work schedule to remove someone when you should be working.
Yeah.
That kind of shit. Like, they're not gonna put up with it. No.
They'd just be like, fuck this. We're not going to deal with this crap.
The clip. That's him.
Yeah, there it is. They got him.
And then he yells Fukushima, which obviously a huge disaster happened in Japan like about a decade ago. But he won't be able to do that anymore. He won't be able to harass the people of Japan. Normally, it laid on the shoulders of platforms like Twitch or YouTube to ban these people and basically deplatform them so that they cannot just be nuisances to society. But in this case, because you are able to go a little further, a lot further on.
That's the unfortunate thing too, because again, because platforms like Twitch and YouTube have always had this kind of this mentality where if it's not that much of a legal trouble, then they're not gonna fucking get involved.
Yeah. The thing is with Kick allowing this kind of stuff, they need to
Well, it's not just Kick.
Like, they need to put some restrictions on this kind of stuff in play, or they could find themselves in legal trouble real quick.
Yeah, but like I said, that doesn't just extend to Kick. It also extends to YouTube itself as well, because we've had people in the past doing content like this, and it's such a shame.
I mean, that's part of the that's one of the main reasons for the apocalypse, for one of the apocalypses, if memory serves.
And you'd think that YouTube would learn,
put the hammer down on this kind of shit.
And like I said, you think that YouTube would learn and just actually take action instead of waiting and hoping that it doesn't cause a legal problem for them. Like recognizing, oh, this guy watched this guy recorded a dead body in a forest. We're going to basically shut this guy's account down, so he can't make any more content. Or, oh look, there is a situation where a guy is going from country to country, being a public nuisance. Okay. It's as long as it's in the code of conduct, you just okay, shut his channel down and move on.
On Kick.com, it was up to the country of Japan, and they've finally done it, and this has gone mega.
There's always going to be another site where you can do this shit on, right? I mean, it used to be WorldStar, it used to be LiveLeak. There's always going to be another website. You've got to rely on the government to deal with shit like this, right? Especially whenever if there's a market, there's going to be there's going to be a commodity. Always. And so, yeah.
Viral in Japan. It's like a huge news story. You can see here, this is an official Japanese news site, 5.7 million views. And it says the masked intruder at a construction site has been arrested. There's also an article about it. They're trying to find the cameraman as well. And I was able to understand most of this, by the way, because of this Twitter user, Jeffrey Hall, super cool Twitter user. He just reports on stuff happening in Japan in English, so I can read it and understand it. But yeah, that's it. It's fucking cringe as shit. I hope it stops. I hope Kick gets a little more moderation going on, right? Maybe punish people if they're being that obscene.
I think that I think people should get banned if they're breaking the law.
Yeah.
I think that should just be the line. So, if you're doing something and you're streaming in order to break the law,
I would say breaking the law and breaking the code of the terms of service and it's another word for code of conduct.
Yeah, and honestly, if removing his account from their service breaks any contract they may have with them, they should have, if it's not in the contract, maybe they should have had something in there that makes it to where, hey, that kind of stuff's not allowed.
Yeah.
Or the contract is null and void.
Yeah.
I think
you should get that's an if.
Yeah, now maybe there are some exceptions, some dumbass laws. Maybe I wouldn't agree with that on. But realistically, going onto a construction site in a foreign country and harassing people on there, this isn't somebody's breaking a blasphemy law, right? It's they're not breaking a some weird cultural law. Like, this just, it's bad. Yeah, these are common sense laws.
Yeah.
Cannot IRL stream. I hate IRL streaming. I have something in my brain that is like, hey, you're being fucking annoying as shit to those around you. How about you be a little more respectful? So I don't do it. But some people got that Logan Paul brain. They do whatever the hell they need. They film.
I don't even think that being obnoxious in public should like necessarily get you banned, but I think that like there's definitely like a huge difference between being obnoxious in public and actively breaking the law intentionally to like garner attention.
Whatever the hell they want, and it's a huge disaster when you're doing it while live streaming because so much more can happen. And you're capturing all of it.
Brings a bad name to
be going down. It harkens
majority
back to the Ice Poseidon RV era, and in a little more moderation, might save that category from becoming basically who can be the worst human competition. Anyway, that's it. That's all. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye. See you later. Goodbye. Have a good one.
It's important to keep in mind that whenever this dude got arrested, he had 800 viewers. Okay? It's not like everybody was watching this. Like, if you go and you look at this, he had 825 viewers. So this guy is not going out, like, he's not the biggest, most popular content creator. Everybody isn't watching this. People don't actually watch this dude. They just don't like him, right? So in the top percentile. Well, what I'm saying is, like, that's not the predominant content on the platform. Like, you go on Twitch, for example, there's a video right there. It's a great Ludwig video. I'll give it a like. I'm glad this fucking happened. Thank God. It's like there's a lot of people that have more than 800 fucking viewers, right? That's the point that I'm trying to get at. A lot of people have more than 800 viewers. And because of that, guess what? He's lucky he got jail time. Do that in the Middle East and it's head on the chopping board. Yeah, well, that's why he's not doing it in the Middle East. Is like he explicitly went and he was trying to harass people in Japan because he thought he could get away with it.
True.
That's really what it comes down to. More viewers than Diablo 4. Yeah, that's why he did it. Like, so this is the funny thing, right? Is that why do you think this guy went to Japan to do this and not El Salvador? Imagine he went to Saudi Arabia and he did this. Imagine he went to Dubai and he did this. Imagine he went to China. He'd be in a re-education camp right now. Yeah, he'd be done. So the truth is that, like, he went to a place like this because he thought he could get away with it. That's the whole point.
Yeah,
and
it is the point.
The funny fucking thing about it
Yeah.
is that he did. Like, he tried to make the Japanese people break and make them abandon their culture and their composure, and he failed. Nobody did beat the shit out of him, really, except for one person who wasn't even from Japan. The Japanese people let him do that until he did something wrong. He pushed it too far, and now he could have potentially ruined his whole life. So the one thing that he came there to do, to make them look bad, it didn't work. And that's what I think the funniest fucking thing about this whole thing is. Isn't that cute?
I gotta agree.
It's a legal system, a conviction rate of 98%. I'm pretty sure the Saudi Arabian and maybe, like, I don't know about El Salvador, I'm pretty sure their legal system has different metrics they use. I'm not sure if it's 98%, but you know, I hear that the way that they do things over there is different. Yeah, it's 150%. Yeah, bro, you do something wrong, like China. Yeah, you do something wrong, they put your family in jail too, like, just in case, you know, like, hey, we don't want to have any trouble here. We don't want to have any situations, any problems. So yeah, we just put your family in jail too, just in case they're gonna try and fucking do some shit. But yeah, I'm glad to see this dude get fucked, and it is a fucking relief, absolutely.
Oh man. Yeah, hopefully that little
Is there a difference
saga is over. You know?
Yeah. Oh boy.
Oh my goodness.
So, final thoughts on that?
I've already said pretty much anything I've got to say on it. You gonna go somewhere? Just bottom line, respect, learn about the culture, and respect it. Even if even if you don't agree with it. If you don't agree with it, you might as well not go because
Yeah, it's
you're
like the
not
question.
you're gonna end up not respecting it, and you'll end up feeling offended that they're doing some things a certain way, and they're gonna be offended that you're not, adhering to the culture.
Yeah. In the end, it's just, respect.
Mm-hmm.
So. All right. So, since we kind of spent a whole hour and a half reacting to stuff about that guy, do you want to talk about the finish up with Metroid?
Might as well. I don't see why not.
Yeah, because I think last thing you had was Dread, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm. So, before getting into the whole Metroid Dread stuff, one thing of note is after Samus got on her ship, where the AI Adam is, to leave the BSL station, and because they were sending it on the crash course to SR388 to get rid of the EX parasites.
Yeah.
There was a bit of a mistranslation in the English version.
Okay.
In the conversation between Samus and the AI, involving the Federation. Wow, it's been a while. The English version, it made it sound like she has made an enemy of the entire Galactic Federation.
Okay.
When it was probably just that one faction, and the rest will understand. That's basically what it was trying to say, if I understand things correctly. But Metroid Dread, we see Samus being sent on a mission to been long enough I actually forgot the name of the planet? What the hell? Give me just a moment, I am so sorry. ZDR. The Federation have sent before sending Samus there. They had sent these robots that are designed to basically take in DNA and process it, to be able to understand the genetic makeup of the species on planets and whatnot, as well as any potential resources that can be used. The EMI, or EMMI, extraplanetary multiform mobile identifiers. But shortly after the Federation sends those there, they lose contact with the robots, and there's 7 of them. So they send Samus to check things out. Well, before getting sent there, she also gets sent a video of one of the areas of ZDR, and there's an X-parasite wandering around, looking for prey.
Oh, dang.
So she's more so invested in finding out what's going on with that, if you ask me.
Yeah.
But shortly after landing there, she comes across a living member of the Chozo race. Ravenbeak.
Hmm.
And, well, he wipes the floor with her.
No, dang.
Yeah. And right before he's about to kill her, he notices that the Metroid DNA, the Metroid instinct and whatnot, from the Metroid DNA that she had injected into her at the beginning of Fusion, is starting to awaken.
Okay.
And so he lets her live. So you're going around ZDR, you wake up in the deepest level of ZDR, the deepest area, and you have to make your way back to the surface and get on your ship. That's the primary focus at this point. Let's find out, everything that's happened on the planet, get on the ship, get out.
All right.
But these Emmy have been reprogrammed to be hostile towards her. And so she's constantly in these pre-designated zones that they're in. She's having to basically make her way through.
Okay.
Without getting caught by these things. And eventually makes her way to one of the areas. I'm trying to remember the name of these areas. I am so sorry.
That's all right.
Let me just pull up a map. I believe it's Verenia.
Okay.
Give me just a moment. Let me double check on this. Yeah. She's making her way through Verenia because she gets informed by the AI, by Aden, that there's an upgrade there that she could use to further explore another the area one of the previous areas, so that she can deal with the Emmy there. And on the way out, well, it turns out she just unleashed the X parasites there.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. But eventually she makes her way to, I think it was Elun. Let me double check. Yeah. Elun, where the only living member of... Oh, shoot. Let me backtrack a bit. While exploring one of the areas, right as she's about to... I believe she's about to be killed by an Emmy.
Okay.
It shuts down. And she comes across the last remaining member of the Thoha tribe in the Chozo.
Okay.
In the Chozo race.
I said okay.
Quiet Robe, who explains that back on SR388, whenever the Thoha tribe had worked together with the Makan tribe to deal with the Metroid threat after the X parasites had been dealt with, the influx of the Metroids.
Yeah.
Instead of destroying the Metroids like the Thoha wanted, Ravenbeak decided to kill all but Quiet Robe, as far as the Thoha tribe goes that was on that planet.
Oh, dang.
Because he saw the potential of the Metroids to be used as a weapon that'll help him take over the universe, you know?
That ain't good.
Yeah. And, well... right after Samus makes the promise that she will put an end to this, to Quiet Robe gets shot. Gets killed by a Chozo droid. I don't know what the heck these things are, but basically they look like Chozo and they're droids.
Yeah, I was gonna say those were the new enemies that were popping up, right? For the new game?
No. You're thinking of the Emmy. These are completely different.
Okay.
But as you are making your way through, apparently, if memory serves, Adam has gotten a hold of some data logs that were left behind on the planet or something. It's been quite a number of months since I beat Dread. But it's explained that the reason there were X on the planet was because on their way out of SR3, on the way away from SR388, one of the remaining Mockin got on board, and it turns out they were the host of an X parasite, and it spread amongst the ranks. So Ravenbeak decides to contain them all in that area of ZDR. Which explains why the X parasites are on this planet. And it all culminates in a big reveal that the whole time you've been playing the game, you weren't talking to Adam. Once you landed on the planet. You've been talking to Ravenbeak.
Okay.
The whole time. And seeing as Samus got in the way of his, of his plan, to where the plan was non-existent, he was going to kill her at the beginning of the game. Literally was going to kill her, and then he realized, she has Metroid DNA. I could use this.
Okay.
And so it turns out he's been sending the Emmys after her to get her DNA so that he can create clones of her and maybe even some Metroids.
And then have
that'll do as he wants.
And that way he has an army.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Well, as Samus has been defeating destroying the Emmys and whatnot, and taking in their abilities, as well as dealing with some of the X-Parasite Mockin.
Yeah.
Chozo. Her Metroid DNA has been slowly but surely fully awakening.
And this was the DNA that she received from, what's it called?
From the baby.
From the baby when she was infected.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And as you're taking on Ravenbeak, in the final phase of the fight, he gets a leg up on you and is about to kill you, but right at death's door, the Metroid DNA fully awakens. And, you deal enough damage to him. Like, you drain his health to a point that, an X-Parasite from earlier, unbeknownst to us because we're evacuating,
Shows up.
takes over his body. And becomes a monstrosity.
Okay.
But the suit looks badass. The Metroid suit looks bad fucking ass. But, right as you are nearing your ship, the Raven, the Raven, blah blah blah, Raven beak, catches up, and we obliterate it. And right as we're about to put our hand on the console, right as Samus is about to put her hand on the console of her ship to take off, she gets stopped. She gets told, "Don't do that. You will drain the energy from your ship." Turns around, and there's Quiet Room. And, the Thoha tribe, one of the things they're known for is being able to somewhat control Metroids.
Okay.
And, well, much like the SAX, the Samus Aran X, and Fusion did, it uses the Thoha DNA and lets her absorb it, so that the Thoha DNA can counteract put the Metroid DNA back into dormancy, so she can get out of there.
Okay.
But yeah, it seems heavily implied, if not directly stated, that Ravenbeak was responsible for a majority, if not the entirety, of Samus's life. Like how things played out over the franchise, over the course of this franchise so far.
Okay.
It seems he was responsible for Ridley's raid on the Earth colony she was raised on.
Oh God.
Yeah, he was responsible for the pirates taking over, space pirates taking over Zebes, and giving them the means to override Mother Brain, to where she's working with them now. All kinds of different things. Like, hell, it's even implied that he was the one behind that one faction of the Galactic Federation that was doing the bioweapons research on the Bottle Station and the BSL. Just, damn.
Yeah.
As of right now, that's pretty much everything, to my recollection.
Yep, I mean, with every game so far, right?
Yeah. Outside of Federation Force, because I don't know what happens in that.
All in all, I mean, really good breakdown, dude.
Thanks.
It was, I mean, there's like so much that I didn't even realize in terms of like lore with the games.
It's wild just how much lore there is.
Oh boy.
Hell, just for just if you're interested in delving deeper, I'd recommend like as far as like some of the stuff I wasn't able to talk about or whatnot. Go ahead and go for a full scan completion in Metroid Prime.
Okay.
And the rest of the trilogy when it comes out in HD.
I'll have to check that out.
There's some really, really interesting stuff.
All right. Anything else you want to add for that though?
Can't think of anything. What were your thoughts on like some of the events over the course of the franchise? Like, what are your thoughts? Because I didn't ask that last time, and I'm so sorry for that.
That's all right. I will say like I mean to kind of go with my answer before. I mean it's very intriguing and like with some of the things that has happened with the character because I only know so little. I've known so little with the franchise, and to see how expansive it is has been, intriguing.
Yeah, and what makes it even more interesting was before Dread came out, like before it was even announced. They hinted at a living Chozo that seemed to be evil.
Yeah.
And the some of the gallery images for the 3DS remake of Metroid 2.
Okay.
Hell, Metroid Dread, oh my goodness, man. That game has been on everybody's mind since Metroid Prime 3. There was a data log in Metroid Prime 3 Corruption that mentioned Project Dread.
Okay.
For the longest time, it hadn't been able to be made.
Dang.
Yeah. Now it has, and I really recommend giving it a shot.
I'll have to check it out.
Do you have any questions I might be able to answer?
No, not really. I think you broke it down really well. I think the question is for those that watch our channel. Do you guys have any questions?
Yeah.
Leave in the comments. We'd love to hear what you guys have to ask.
What franchise or series would you like to hear us go into depth on as far as the lore for it goes? That hopefully one of us would be able to actually talk about.
Yep.
Whether it be games, anime, what have you.
Exactly. I think the one that would probably be the most difficult would have to be Kingdom Hearts. That one would be a chore.
We could probably do it in like 2-3 streams.
Yeah.
I want to say.
All right, man.
The only thing I wouldn't be able to speak on is all the extra content from Remind.
Yeah.
For Kingdom Hearts 3.
I need to play that. The Remind. And the other stuff. But
one of these days.
Yeah, one of these days.
I'll be able to, but...
Alright. I think it's time to wrap it up.
Okay.
We've been streaming for almost, I mean, in a second, it's going to be 2 hours.
Yeah.
So, to everybody who watches who watched the stream, thank you. For those who are probably going to watch it after it goes, it stops being live, and watch the VOD, again, thank you. If you guys can, like, comment, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Follow us on our socials, as well as Aden streaming stuff and MJ streaming stuff. Everything's in the description down below. Also, check out our daily content and the weekly podcast. With that being said, this is Rob and Aden signing off. Have a good one. Take care. We'll see you guys next video.